Over the years, there have been multiple docks at Little Sand Bay, just south of Sand Island. There was the Hokinson's Dock, the Johnson's Dock, and the Town of Russell Dock. This first dock we see is the Hokinson Dock at Little Sand Bay. As the dock was private, it was seldom used for visitors to Little Sand Bay. However, islanders landed here in severe northerly winds before Herman Johnson sunk a barge to form an L on his dock. Although the Hokinsons were very private people, they never expressed displeasure when we used their dock in an emergency. This screenshot was from a Super 8 video I shot in December of 1969. The dock has been rebuilt by the National Park Service in 2023. This is one of my favorite Little Sand Bay photos. Little Sand Bay was and is an integral part of Sand Island life. In the late 1800s through today, there has been not necessarily a safe landing, but a landing nevertheless provided at Little Sand Bay. A sandy beach met some of the survivors of the 1905 Savona shipwreck. In the early to mid-1900s, the Hokinsons and Johnsons built straight docks that offered more safety in landing, but little protection from a storm. Both docks added an L, the Johnsons by sinking a large barge out 100 feet or so, and the Hokinsons by building cribs. This photo shows the Johnsons before the L was added. We see the long fish house with the second white structure, which was the net house. The right structure with the gambrel roof had an apartment on top and the ice house below. Photo taken in the late 1950s. Mary Hewling's Rice Collection, BHA. This photo shows someone either coming or going. The apartment ice house is on the left and the fish house straight ahead. The sand bay is moored at the dock and the net house is on the right. Also note the large gas tank on the dock. Once Herman started selling gasoline to others, he moved the tank to outside the fish house at the end of the dock. This photo would have been taken in the late afternoon as the dock faced north and the shadows looked to fall from the west. Mary Hewling's Rice Collection, BHA. This photo was taken in front of the net house looking east. You can see the Chicago house in the far background. It was called such because folks from Chicago owned it, and during Prohibition, allegedly it was used as a stopover spot for whiskey from Canada. Also in the photo is the old town of Russell Dock, partially washed out, and the flagpole are seen. There was a dance hall near the bright white building. The building partially hidden in the trees was a multi-car garage. The kids shown swimming may have been from the Peterson family or even Bykowskis, who owned the Chicago house in my time. Mary Hewling's Rice Collection, BHA. The Bayfield High School Band is shown performing at Little Sand Bay in the late 40s or early 50s. We are looking south with the lake to the left. A modern-day campground is currently to the right. Several Little Sand Bay celebrations gave the local band an opportunity to perform. The home to the left may have belonged to the Groom family. Their parking garage is to the right. I write about a 1950s 4th of July celebration in the Islander. Peterson Family Collection. This is looking west toward the Johnson Dock. An early version of the town of Russell Dock is in the foreground and Hokinson's Dock in the background. You can easily see the dock has no L. The sand bay is moored on the far side of the dock, apparently to allow the pleasure boat to land on the near side. Big Sand Bay is just beyond the midpoint of land. The flagpole is on the left. Mary Hewling's Rice Collection, BHA. Herman Johnson Jr.'s nets are being dried in the afternoon sun. I'm not sure why some are reeled and some draped. Of particular interest is a clear look at the home and cabin in the background, as well as the garage structure. Kids are playing behind the nets. Are they Bykowskis or Grooms? Others? Mary Hewling's Rice Collection, BHA. This is a look at Herman Johnson's dock after he sank the barge to form an L. Eagle Island is on the horizon behind the dock, with Sand Island to the right. The Wayne Peterson family swims in the late afternoon sun. One of the first kayaks to be seen in the area sits on the beach. The town of Russell Dock must have washed out and hadn't been rebuilt at this time. You can see that Herman's fish house has been elongated at this time. Peterson Family Collection.